Hello, Namaste, Sasrikal, good evening. Welcome to the S.S.Chandhok talk show. I'm your host and moderator, S.S.Chandhok. Today, again, on a pleasant evening, we are having very beautiful guests, learned guests from the different parts of the state or country, you can say. And our today topic is upgrading of schools. As we know, after pandemic, that technology has taken a lot of speed and acceleration, and so many things are coming up. Chat GP, I mean, whatever things are there which people are not able to understand even what actually this is, it has come into being due to technology, and many other things have come which have made the school work and the teaching work very easy. So we are going to discuss today about it, that how far it is good, how far it is bad, and how it is helping the students, teachers, and all of us. Without taking any time, I'll introduce you the very first eminent guest present over here today. First of all, we have Mr. Vijay Arora, sir. He is a principal of a very prestigious institution in Gir Somnath, that is NKDAV Public School. Thank you so much, Vijay, sir, first of all, for coming once again to the show and uh, providing us with your knowledge. Thank you so much. Vijay,
Thank you,
sir,
sir. Thank you.
I know a little bit about you, but still, people will like to know about your educational journey from a teacher to a principal.
Uh, as sir has already told me that I'm working as a principal, but there's one hidden truth is also there. I'm working in this field from last 10 years, and now from before that one, I'm working as in different parts of the academic field. And I'm working as a computer teacher also, starting from that when the computer era was going on in year 2000. Later on, I was shifted from the maths and science field. Then later on, gradually, I had shifted from the science field. Then later on, I had shifted for the vice principal post. Then I had started with the principal post. So I had gone through from the pre-primary section till the senior secondary sections. And in between of that one, I had also gone with the colleges field also. So I'm as such having a vast experience of the academic field. And if I say my background, my whole family is in the education field. Some of my brothers are in the motivational trainers. Some of them are working in the institute. Some of them are working in colleges field. And one of my family members are also in the university department also. So my whole family is completely related with the education field. Yes, sir.
That's wonderful, sir. You have experience of primary to senior secondary level, and that is also a very good experience when you are handling as an administrator. It helps you a lot. Like we people, we had always been PGTs. So there's a lack, sometimes a lack of the primary and pre-primary experience, which we could had during the teaching time also. Thank you so much, sir, and welcome once again, sir. Next, we have Nahid Raza, sir. He's a principal of a very good institution, a prestigious institution, which I saw because 2 days back I was moving from that place by road, and I told sir that I saw your beautiful institute, and it is a very big school, a CBSE school with so many children over there. It was a coincidence I was passing through that through the city only. So sir is the principal of Acme School of Learning, Bilaspur. Welcome, Knight, sir. You have come to the show for the very first time. A warm
Thank you, sir.
welcome to you, sir.
Thank you.
Not just summers are coming, we can't say warm welcome, we can say cold welcome to you, sir. And
Thank you.
it's a pleasure having you on the show, sir. And what we
Thank
had
you.
a word yesterday also, you seem to be so learned and so experienced. Sir, please let us know about your educational journey, sir.
Sir, I started my education journey in 2001. I taught UKG. Thereafter, I upgraded myself and I taught SST up to class 8. Thereafter, one turning point was materialized or I was blessed with, and I came to Guru Nanak Public School, Rudrapur, where I was given classes up to 12th. I was appointed as PGT English. Thereafter, I went to JC's Public School, Rudrapur, again, very big school, and I was appointed as uh, PGT English again. In 2011, I got break and I became principal in boarding school, Indian Modern School, Bhimta. Then I came to Acme School of Learning. This is my journey, sweet and simple. Thanks.
That's wonderful, sir. And I had been to Rudrapur only, as you told that Rudrapur is your hometown or the main place where you know so many people. And I had went to Rudrapur. That is why the This last week didn't had any show because I had to go for a marriage over there. And the schools which you are naming, I saw them also. They're quite big and very good schools, renowned schools in Rudurpur. Thank you so much, sir, and welcome once again, sir. Next, we have Aparajita Gupta, ma'am. She's a principal of a very prestigious institution in Lucknow, St. Anthony Public School. Welcome, Aparajita, ma'am.
Thank you,
You
sir.
are neighbor. You are our neighbor, so you should get more weightage. And it's a pleasure meeting you over here, ma'am. We had been talking on WhatsApp and all the time. It's a
Yes, sir.
pleasure, ma'am. Please let us know about yourself, ma'am.
Good. First of all, I would like to say good evening to everyone. And as a leader, as a principal, I have started my career since 2003. And till 2015, I was working as a principal with one of the UP board school. And after that, I have switched over to the CBSE. And currently, from past 7 years, I am working there only. And it's a really a very tough job to lead a school with approximately 3,500 students there, different type of people who are the stakeholders, and so many things are there. Even I have established one residential school also. So this is my this journey in the academic field. Teaching experience I don't have much, but the leading experience I am having, say, approximately of 20 years.
That's
Thank you.
wonderful, ma'am. That's wonderful, ma'am. Ma'am, what had been your subject, ma'am?
My subject is English, and
That's
I
wonderful.
did my PhD in education.
Very good. So most of the people, when you come to know, the females are principals, and out of them, around the 90%, 80 to 90% are PGT English. So
Yeah.
PGT English is strength when you become a principal, and the poor fellows, the male members who are behind with only 10% to 15% in principalship, and they are from all the subjects. Thank you so much and welcome, ma'am. Next, we have Rashmi Patnaik, ma'am. She is the principal of a very good chain of schools. My favorite one, that is State MR Japriya School, Sultanpur. Welcome, Rashmi, ma'am. It's a pleasure having you on the show. And when I came last to MR Japriya Gopti Nagar, when we had this program of school news, I think you were there or not. We didn't met over there. Were you there, ma'am?
Yes, yes. We met there.
Acha, Acha, you might have seen me. You might have seen me. I didn't recognize you. You might have seen me because I had been invited from the head office and Kanak sir knows me very well and I'm trying to get in connection
Exactly.
with Shrivat sir also trying to connect you to come up to the show. So it's a pleasure, ma'am. MR Japriya School, so many principals I know and people, very good people are over there in MR Japriya. And so are you, ma'am. Ma'am, please let us know about yourself because you have come for the very first time to the show.
Yes. Thank you, sir. And good evening, all the educators here. So as you know, I'm Rashmi Patnaik. But for UP, it's new for me. Not new. It has been a long years of 12 years. I've been here since 2012. Yes, born and brought up in Odisha. Started my career from Odisha. And I was preparing the students, guiding them for creative writing. Again, sir, again with PGT English. So, yes, yes, PGT English. So I started my journey from there. I started guiding the students for creative writing, preparing them for President's Award with National Bal Bhavan. Then I had thank you. Then from there, continuing with that, then I came up to UP, joined Shivalik International School as a teacher, then as a vice principal, and then an initiative principal of the same school in 2015 as a principal. Worked there till 2019, and 2019 I have been at Sultanpur as a principal working at St. M.R. Jaipuriya schools. Wonderful being here and wonderful being a part of St. M.R. Jaipuriya school. And that's all
That's
the
what.
whole journey. Yes, I started with a wonderful topic you also have given because I have started with NIIT. I went through with my education with NIIT and started my career before my marriage. It was 1993. I started with teaching the students with computers. And that was the starting phase. Then it was a breakup, and then I came up to education, and that is all about me.
That was a phase of floppies. We were using floppies at that time. And children now,
Yes,
they do not know what floppy is. Right,
yes,
right. Thank you so much,
exactly.
ma'am. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure having you on the show, ma'am. Next, we have the expert of today, Mr. Harpal Singh Khurana. Sir is the founder and CEO of TAP School. Harpal Singh Khurana, sir, is an edtech entrepreneur and founder of TAP School, a premium startup that provides all type of solutions to education institutions and organizations. TAP School solutions are currently implemented all over the country. Sir loves to interact with educators and other stakeholders of education community to understand their problems and solve the pain points using technology. His motto is education first. With his experience, he has been actively involved in building products that are easily adopted by educators, students, and parents. Apart from that, he provides consultancy to schools in successfully implementing technology yet that yields result. Sir loves traveling, playing video games, and an avid reader. Thank you so much, Aspal sir, once again coming up to the show. I know your schedule is very, very busy, but on our request, you do come whenever we call you. That's a respect, and we are very obliged towards it. And sir, first of all, the people present over here will like to know because after pandemic, this technology has geared up. Whatever had to come after 8 to 10 years, that technology has come beforehand. That was the only positivity of pandemic. But how did you came into your mind so many years back to start up this, venture? Well, so many. Rest we'll talk about this. That so many people are coming to us about the technology. We are misguided. That also we'll talk about. But how did it came into your mind to start up all these things? Because you are in Chandigarh basically, if I'm not wrong, and you had been traveling to the remote urban areas, rural areas also. So how did it came into your mind to start up a venture where the schools can get a lot of help with it? Over to you, sir.
Thank you, sir, for inviting me and having me. And it is always a delightful, I'm always delighted to know people from various backgrounds, exchange ideas, and know about their journey also. So my journey has been very simple in sense that the engineers always think of not find, they identify the problems and then try to solve it through technology. I think that is the baseline of any startup entrepreneur or who has started, is that they identify the problem. So same is the case with me, I guess. Was to and I was I've told you before also that I was traveling out to rural areas, and when I was traveling on a purpose where I was working with a company, and they had delegated me to travel to certain rural areas or tier 2 or 3 cities to find out the problems and with farmers and as well as women, because there was at that point of time back in 2016 2017, people weren't talking about women hygiene as they are talking it right now. So the idea was to travel to these small cities, towns, and villages and identify the problems in the society at that point of time and make a product so that the women are free to talk about it, because we hired counselors at the other end or through a mobile application, and then they can talk to these counselors. Women can talk to counselors, men can talk about farming, they can get educated about what kind of seeds they want to procure and things like that. So due to that, and we used to meet in a village school, because that's where the entire panchayat sits. Whenever somebody when they feel like, oh, somebody is coming from a bigger city, they always take you to that government school, and then you start to things starts to hit you, and that is when you realize, okay, you are in a country where despite government doing so much, government is allocating so much of budget in education, things are not being done the way it should have been. And because we are a high density population, we are a country, and I don't blame government entirely for that also. but it is difficult. We, even if you go to the remotest village, you'll find a school. You realize there are so many problems, so many that are happening, and these are like solvable problems through technology, and it has been there since 1992. I would say, ma'am, if ma'am had started her career since 1993, I think that is the time when India got liberalized. So at that time, from then, we have always seen that technology have sorted many problems for India. Technology and reforms have really solved problems, and that's how this thing came to be. There is administrative problems, then there is learning problems. If we go to schools, now the government schools are very, very good. Kendra Vidyalayas are very good, but even in the rural areas, certain parts of India, you still realize the teachers are not coming as regularly as they should. So these kind of things you see and you feel, and that's when you realize, and that's what you when it's hit you that you are living in a very different India, and this India is very different India. So and then the patriotism also comes कि मुझे कुछ करना है अपने देश के
Right.
लिए. So that's when I think the tab school was born. And when you come to cities like Chandigarh or Delhi or Mumbai or Bangalore, then you realize, okay, there is a very different set of problems in school again, and then both can be combined and sort out. So that was how tab school was born.
That's wonderful, sir. Of course, when we are talking about schools, we are talking about students all over the country. And we were talking about our NEP, so the A grade schools, if we say about A, B, and C category schools. So A category schools, they said already most of the things in AP we are doing, already we are doing it. But what about the B and C, which are the more lot? So all these things have to be seen and all the things have to reach everywhere. And that is very important. Thank you so much, sir. And welcome once again. We like to know about other things about the technology and everything in the later part of the session. Thank you. We'll come up to the first round of the question. We'll come up to Vijay sir. Vijay sir, we would like to know that what is actually inclusive education and how far it is good for the schools in India.
Okay. Inclusive education is just on creating an environment in the schools. Earlier, what will happen? We are having the Gurukul system. So over there, we are not having this type of system that the students have the different caste or the different creeds with the colors, and this type of environment will be there. But now, what happened in after the freedom? We are having a different type of schools in all over the India. Some of the James schools are also there. Some of them are having very highly qualified staff is there. But some schools are really existed in India right now that doesn't have this type of physical infrastructure also, this physical type of facilities also. Even if they don't have the toilets or the drinking water area, now, what is inclusive education system is there? We have to create a type of environment for the students that they can, without any type of discrimination, they can teach in a single classroom, 1 year to near to one person. On we can say that on the two seaters should be there. One should be of a different caste, the other one should be of a different caste. That can be possible. So we have to create this type of environment for the students so that they can continuously, without any fear or without any type of discrimination, they can study on a single place. I think that is the inclusive education for all
Absolutely
the.
right, sir. Absolutely right.
Yes.
That students be able to study at one place and they should get everything over there. Thank you so much,
Yes.
sir. We'll come up to Nahid sir. Nahid sir, we will also like to know your views about the saying that what is the inclusive education and how it is useful for the schools in India.
Inclusive education is education wherein every child of strata of diversified fields access education and use every tool available in school. Every area is benefited and school education is also turned to be exclusive. Reason being, we children change ideas and everyone is benefited. Life is about ideas. Life is about collaboration. The more inclusive education is, the more collaboration is, the better exchange of ideas, right? So better personality, better character, and better region and better country. It is very good for the country.
That's wonderful, sir. Thank you so much, sir, and a very good and a very precise answer. We'll come up to Aprajita ma'am now. Aprajita ma'am, we had been knowing that our teachers are teaching in the school very well, but the state is that whatever the way they have studied 20, 30 years back, the same way they are teaching the students. They are not teaching the students according to the present and according to the future. So please let us know that how does technology convert this hard work into smart work.
Thank you for the question. Actually, first of all, I would like to say that hard work along with the technology, it's really present a very good result there. Uh, with the help of so many technologies in social networking sites and all, like now we are having not only the Google is there, so different sites are there, and we are using that one. We are converting it for the use for the benefits of the students and the academics. January, not last year. In this January, we were having that phase when the DM order was there. No one was going to school, and we were very much worried. So again, we started that Zoom classes, and teachers started teaching, and with the help of all the attributes of this platform, the course was wind up early. The students got very good learning, and the parents were very much. I can see that now the students are not only reading, but they are learning something. They are focusing on their academics. Otherwise, in the classroom, all the time they are writing, writing, and writing. So that is the benefit, and I think technology literally turns our hard work into some smart work. And we are nowadays I can see many teachers, many schools, where teachers are adopting the smart work with the help of the technology.
Right. Thank you so much, ma'am. We'll come up to Rashmi ma'am now. Rashmi ma'am, we'll also like to know your views on the saying that technology converts hard work into smart work. Ma'am.
Smart work is just hard work. So say the same hard work. We need hard work to be to give a name as smart work. But it's smarter, yes. I think I can say the flattery educators need beforehand. But now it's so simple. When we have classes with Sweden classes and how they dispose things like the materials, how they use those. So they were all reading about it. Now, when they came up to know and see how it is being biodegradable and all those things, when they see that, they started learning that and they understood also. So that is just a smart learning. It's not easy. It's hard work. Yes, technology made us smart much enough, and but with hard work. It's not converted to smart work, but hard work makes it smarter. It's
Absolutely
smart.
right, ma'am. But we will like to ask this question for Arshpal sir also. Arshpal sir, it is not that all the hard work removes away, but a pressure of hard work reduces by some percentage when we use technology. So please justify that. How does technology convert your hard work into smarter, especially when the teachers are teaching?
That is true. Actually, technology is basically enabler. It's a tool. It's not actually going to replace somebody or is what you call is substitute to anything. Uh, what technology does in this particular case, and when we talk about in education, how to integrate it with the education is provide better matrices in sense that providing more better results. For example, let's say you have sent, and this is a very common practice these days in schools that teachers do send videos to students to watch. But how would you come to know that if the student has watched the full video or if the student has watched 5 minutes of video? You can't. In some cases, you can't, still can't. But what technology would do is, which is pretty much available and it is in our software also, is that they tell you, okay, this particular student watched this video for 5 minutes, right? So that I know it is for a teacher, it is impossible to keep an eye on every student, right? But we can, when the student is not performing, let's say in a test, then we can go back into that matrices and check whether he was watching that movie or she was watching that the content or doing the assignments which I was sending through technology, because the technology is giving you better results, right?
Right.
So the software, or you can say the technology which we implement, is basically a tool to a one engage the student into learning process, which is very important these days, because apparently children can wander off very easily and they have a lot of sources to distract them. Number one, we use multimedia to get their attention. We use multimedia to make sure that they understand the topic, and along with that we assess their knowledge. And to assess, we use again various kinds of methods. It can be flashcards, it can be your multiple choice questions, drag and drops. There can be whole range of, it's not just multiple choice or subjective type questions that we can propose, but we can have multiple methods of assessing their knowledge. We can have crossword puzzles. Let's say, for example, I have always said that there is example of, let's say, giving in a geography test the capitals of all the states. So why to give it as a test? Give it as a crossword puzzle. So maybe that is more interesting way to assess the students' knowledge, because it is you gave them something to first. The moment you send the crossword puzzle is that first the बच्चे के दिमाग में ये डर नहीं है कि oh, it's a test, it is a crossword puzzle. So the negative portion, the negative part is something that we removed in the first time when the child saw. And second thing is, the moment it reached them, their him or her said, "Oh, it is a crossword puzzle. I like to do crosswords." Because there are still certain students who at home probably like to do crosswords, or they are at home doing certain other activities. So the idea here is to take the negative part or negative words which we say test, exams and things like that out, and change the conversation into more which brings the more positive picture. So that is there. Similarly with the content, similar with the ERP systems, which is school management systems also, we want to automate stuff. For example, we want to automate fees. I just don't want to be bothered that her month or her quarter I'm sending these notifications to parents. So let's automate that. So this is how it lessens the burden of the teacher who's teaching, and more focus more on productivity. So what even in the corporate world, or even if we listen to the motivational speakers today, what are they focusing on? They're focusing on your productivity, all the productivity, how, what methods you should adopt for your productivity. Suddenly there is this focus that okay, we have to improve our productivity. So why there is focus on productivity is because we have now got such so many sources of distraction also at the same time. So that is why we are talking about productivity, and our software, in sense that we also take care of security at a very high level for the students. So this productivity is main and the core of it, our software. So this is what we've been doing, which is what we've been asking our schools to do it. And also we also ask schools not to just, when you say okay adopt technology, I still remember one of the schools said, sir technology तो सब कुछ ठीक है लेकिन पढ़ाना तो हमने वैसे ही है ब्लैक बोर्ड पे. Said no, you have to change the teaching method also. You cannot go with the traditional method. जैसे मैं पढ़ा था वैसे जैसे आप पढ़े थे नहीं हो सकता वो. Then you have to change that. You probably adopt a blended learning, some sort of blended learning. You adopt some sort of what you call flipped classroom. You need to figure it out how to do it, and for that you can do some sort of pilot at first, and if you're new to it, then see how the results come. So this is then there is this hesitation I have come across that teachers say, "Arey, there was this school whose owner said, आप बोल रहे हो कि फ्लिप करेंगे तो अगर वो नहीं हुआ हमारे हिसाब से तो फिर क्या होगा?" तो मैंने कहा सर आप सारा फ्लिप एक दिन में पूरा स्कूल थोड़ी ना फ्लिप क्लासरूम कर दोगे. आप थोड़ी क्लासेस शुरू कीजिए, क्योंकि जिस बंदे ने फ्लिप क्लासरूम इन्वेंट किया है उसने भी तो रिसर्च बेसिस पे ही किया था. सो इट इज time for the teachers also to come up with a method that suits their institution. It can be a mix of flip and traditional. It can be 100% flip. You can come up with more new methods. It's all part of research. When we talk about, oh, let's do some sort of research, let's do research in teaching methodologies also. Let's not go by what West is doing, what West has coined the term, because it does not fit into Indian ecosystem. Our Indian ecosystem, Indian audience is very different to the world audience, or in the more developed countries, I would say. So we have to think out of the box. We have to adopt technology. If we are adopting technology, then we have to change our methods of teaching. And then that also, if I say go to Google, it will come up some terminologies like hutogogy, flipped classroom, and all that. But then at the same time, will that thing work for my school? That is the bigger question. Then that's where the teacher has to play the role of experimenting the teaching methodologies. That's
Absolutely
what
right, sir.
I take from my experience.
Sir, what happens is that we have different set of principals. They are parents. They come up to us and say, वो बगल में मिश्रा जी के बच्चे को तो 100 तक काउंटिंग आती है, आपके स्कूल में तो भी 50 तक सिखाई है नर्सरी में या पीजी में. That happens in many places. So they want to make the child engineer or doctor when he is in PG, I mean in primary classes only. So there we have to make understand the parents also, because CBSE since long says that till grade 2 you should not give any homework to the students. Summer pattern should not be there.
सर यही बात बोल रहा हूँ मैं. अब फॉर एग्जाम्पल आई हैव एन एक्सपीरियंस इन फैमिली नाउ. दिस Montessori learning is very upcoming and apparently attracting parents a lot. So this Montessori learning which we are adopting, which was invented for mainly students of special needs and then later on implemented into normal students also, is the reason we haven't found, though we are implementing, there are certain schools who are using it till grade 4 or 5th also, but till date we don't know what is the output of it, right? It's a good experiment. I'm not saying it's a bad experiment. वही सर 100 वाली आ जाती बात, वहां पर यही होती है. मैंने वो एग्जांपल बता रहा हूँ. My sister-in-law's daughter got into a playway जहां वो उन्होंने बहुत सारा कुछ करा दिया, but when they shifted to a school वो थोड़ा obviously CBSE के हिसाब से आराम से करवा रहे हैं. तो they like no हम थोड़ा unsatisfied है स्कूल से because they are very slow. The playway was really fast. I said hold on a second, I understand what you say, but the playway was Montessori. they were doing it accordingly. Now you have moved to a school which is following a CBSE pattern and a progressive curriculum. They want to take it slow. So these are two things. But again, we don't, we are adopting, we are doing so much of things. We still need to figure out what is the output of certain टीचिंग methodologies. वो तो सर जब बच्चा 10th पास करता है और 12th पास करता है, जब exactly the result comes, then only we come to know what is going on, what is the output. But like just to conclude, what we have seen particularly is that flipped classroom has been very good last 2 3 years may because of the COVID.
Absolutely right, sir. There are mixed sort of parents also. When there are first learners generation is over there, the parents are quite concerned also. And when we are talking about hard work into smart work, the what I have understood from the previous sessions is that the teacher burden lessons down. From a teacher, the teacher becomes a facilitator. Why? Because we started up with smart boards first. Smart boards, they were giving only contents. But now the smart boards, they are giving us the feedback also. The child is doing the exercise or something at his home on app or something like that, but he is not knowing. But here the teacher is coming to know where the child is lacking and where we have to put on more effort. The teacher says that how do I know that which particular topic, maybe in maths or some other subject, where the child is lacking? But now, and the parents also say, how do we know? Now with this transparency is over there, parent also comes to know about everything. The administration comes to knows about everything. The teacher knows to comes to know about everything, that where which child is lacking at what particular topic it is. Because this AI based, these type of AI based tools, they give the exact report of the child where the child is lacking. There, and the very same time, I've also understood from the previous sessions also, Sir Rajpal sir, I hope you'll agree that the works, the assignments, they are being provided by the app. The teachers, what they say, especially the math teacher, they say, okay, we have to prepare the exercises also, we have to check also. But now the exercises are being made by the app. It will be checked by the app. Now the teacher gets the time because he gets the output also of the children. He is able to understand which child is lacking at which particular topic, and that save time he can put it on to the child. Actually, this is very dangerous for the children because वो पकड़े जाएंगे. We were, I was not good at reading. I'm confessing. फ्राइडे को वी यूज्ड टू हैव दिस लाइब्रेरी पीरियड. फ्राइडे को जैसे बैक बुक जाती थी, नेक्स्ट फ्राइडे को वैसे वापस आती थी. हैव यू रेड दैट? यस मैम, फुल बुक आई हैव रेड इट. But here the child will be caught when he'll do the reading. He'll come to know that he has read it or not and how much minutes he has read. So there the thing is, this is for the benefit of the children, directly or indirectly, and even the people or the parents, all the stakeholders will come to know about the result. And this is how it is converting the hard work into smart work. Thank, right, sir. Thank you so much, Aspal sir. We'll come up to the next round now, and I will come up to sir. Vijay sir will come up to you now, and we'll ask you that we say that all the children are unique. They have different mindset of learning. So how can students of different potential be taught to attain equal results through technology?
I think in India, there's a different type of ecosystem is available in the schools. In each and every classroom, whenever the time of the admission, we are not having any type of criteria regarding that concept of what type of students we have to give the admission. Here, it's a mixed bag is over there. So first time when we are having a different type of students in the classroom, it's everywhere. Some of the acceptance cases are there. First, we have to identify what type of school skill is each and every child is having. First, we have to identify this. Second thing, according to that one, we have to make a different type of plan for them. It means that either the student is too much bright, it's having a different type of skills, it's having some extra activities also, or having an extra potential to do a different type of work. Like some students are having a very remarkable memory. It means that as you, the teacher, is just speaking a sentence, a word to word, the student is having in their mind. So they are capturing each and every word. Some students are having a different type of picture capability. Is a match diagram is a teacher is drawing on the board or in any of the key classrooms or different type of technology like an holiday is there or now. So at the same time period, they capture the complete picture. either it's in the maths or in the biology or in different type of subjects also. Second thing, different type of students are there, so the different age gap is also there. In the same class, we cannot say that one. All the students are of a different age criteria. So we have to identify first thing that one. Then we have to find out. We have to focus on the highly intellectual performance students also, as well as on the very low and performance student also. Then we have to build a different type of skill set, and as per their knowledge, we have to make a different graph for them, and then we have to make a different type of learning procedure for them. What steps we have to take this one? Then what will be the next step? In that case, the student who is very highly performer, he will do the task very in a short time of period. For those students who are not having this type of capturing power or a skill of different type of, so it will be a slow learner. So we have to make a plan for them. So in that time period, the student who's having a very high performance, he will go very fast. And in the same time duration, those students who are very slow learner or slow performer, they will do very slowly. So we have to make a balance or keep a period or the time duration we have to set in a such a way that they can accommodate, or the programming should be in a such a way that in the same day or in some specified time duration the students can do only this one. So we have to make a plan for them. Now second thing is also there, that from which culture they are coming, that's also impact on the education system. In some way, in some of the part of the country, the education system is very different. In south as compared to the north, or if we are as I'm in the exactly the western coast of the western end of the Indian, here the students education system is really very different. As I'm living in this culture, I was also in the Rajasthan also, and in MP also, in Maharashtra also, and in Gujarat also. Here, what is the culture? Here, the students culture in this one, they have to take the basic education, and then later on they have to go for the business class. It means they have to start up either their own startup or they have to go their business. So there's a complete different mindset. But what is available in the Rajasthan state or in the UP state, they have to go for the different higher studies. They will having this type of culture. They will go for the government job. So the culture is also impacting on that. So we have to take this criteria also, what the students are thinking and what is the culture over there. And at the last, what is the teaching material we are having, what we are giving to the students. As the sir, Harshpal sir is also saying this thing, it's a very good thing that if we are giving a different type of ecosystem to the students, and if we are giving them the highly intellectual things also, or the e-media we are going to provide them, or if we are going to give them some of the technologies, some students will not accept this thing because they are having this type of mindset that we have to go only by the traditional method of teaching. So we have to slowly and gradually shift up to from traditional method to the advanced technology method, so that it can be a equality between all the students. And slowly and gradually we have to shift up from the modern technology, and also as per the new guideline from the government that we have to shift up from NEP 2020, we have to slowly and gradually we have to shift up on that one. So it means that as we have to uh, make us our own planning as per the guidelines for the state government, the central government, or the education policies. According to them, can give them the equality to each and every student.
Wonderful, sir. Wonderful. Vijay sir, thank you so much. We'll come up to Nahid sir. Nahid sir, we will also like to know your views on the same, saying that how can we take up the students of different potential to get a same result?
Thank you, sir. Different potential, it is very good term. And peer learning can take place, collaboration can take place, and a teacher who is facilitator, there could be, if size is 30 students are sitting in the class, we can create 15 more facilitators, 30 more facilitators. How peer learning is there. So generally what I do, rules are framed by children. What is to be taught is told by children in advance. Vocabulary is checked by each other, right? So different children have high potential. They are to be controlled. They cannot be managed. So they are led. I I tell everything to children. They are doing everything. They are checking, not correcting. Please understand. Checking notebooks of the other children. They take round. Then one sit down. Then other children takes round. Children are checking notebooks. Thank you. Thank you very much.
That's wonderful, sir. So that means you give the child-oriented education you are giving. You giving them the responsibility to do each and everything. It should not be a teacher-oriented class. It should be a child-oriented class. When you are giving them, having faith on them, they will feel confident. And when confidence is there, interest will still be created because every child is born up with a good mind or equal mind. Parents are coming to us. They're saying my child is average or below average. But when we talk to them, is he average in mobile? No, no, no. Mobile to both chalata. So that means the interest is not there when they are studying. So interest is created when participation is there. And the way you have told that you have been taking it in your classes when you had been teaching and now as a principal in your classes you are doing it, there the child is also knowing कि कभी भी मेरी बारी आ सकती है. So I have to be alert. I have to be alert and I have to answer. And that is an hesitation only. Once or twice when a child participates, he gets that enthusiasm that I am being given, that privilege or that advantage. कि हाँ मुझे भी पूछा जा रहा है. So that way the child becomes active and tries to become equal to all the other students. And there will be no only 2 to 3 toppers in the class. Every child will be a topper inside the class. And one more thing I'll request that from the next session, if you're coming up with that from a report card, please shift up to a progress card. It is not that we are doing any diagnosis of a child and giving a report of it. We should shift to his progress card and we should add a holistic report card also. We'll discuss about that. I'll send some literature to you also, personally also, because we have to give this into the children as per an EP or a national curriculum framework also. Then only we'll get progress of the children. Thank you so much, sir. Now we will come up to Prajita ma'am. Prajita ma'am, we like to know from you what is the assessment procedure in education when we talk about assessment.
Uh, Thank you for the question, sir. Actually, if we talk about the assessment procedure in education, it is the systematic process of documenting and using empirical data on the knowledge, skills, attitude, aptitude, and beliefs to refine programs and improve student learning. That is assessment. And now, if we talk about based on all these things, what it is you need from your assessment, you can build a system of assessment that typically comprises three different educational assessment types. Sorry, that serves different purposes depending on what they are administrating. And when I was going through the system, so I find out three terms which I think was appropriate for me. That was first one was the diagnostic method, and when we think about the education measurement, each assessment is designed to a specific time and purpose also. When on assessment, when one assessment happens before the learning activity, these are called the diagnostic methods. Why diagnostic? Because the result can be used to diagnose problem areas to focus on during the teaching, which is supposed to become in the future. And the result can be focus on the during the teaching which is supposed to be held in the future. So that is why we call it diagnostic. Next, after the diagnostic, we come across one method, that is the one pattern we can say, that is the formative. When assessment happens during the learning process, these are called formative. Why? Because the result can be used to inform what to do next for individuals or group of students as learning is occurring. Both diagnostic, according to me, and formative are types of assessment for learning, meaning you are assessing to support decisions made before or during the learning. This is the whole process which we come across during the diagnostic method and the formative method. And now after that, when I was going through, I just find out there is one another method, that is the summative. This is the last method. When assessment happens after the learning activity, these are called the summative because the result are a summation of the learning that has occurred. Means first we have diagnosed the problem, we have followed the formative method, and after that the summative assessment in the all over way. We have come across that after the learning activity, what is the result of that. So according to me, these are the assessment
Right.
procedure in education.
Right, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. We'll come up to Rashmi ma'am now. Rashmi ma'am, according to you, what is the assessment procedure in education in simple words? Ma'am, you're on mute, yeah.
Yes, I agree again with Aprajita ma'am, because it is the procedures of education. But while implementing, that becomes different. Yes, diagnosis. Yes, diagnosis, what we can say is observation. We can go through observation, observing the student, what it is, how they are doing. That is that initial part to identify how we are going. Then only we can come to assessment. Assessment is just a constant procedure of improvement, we can say. So how to improve, we can go with observation, then again periodic, also the same as formative, then with final, whatever is that is summative also, what the whole process they have learned and what they have improved. As you said, that it is a progress card, how they are progressing from starting from observation to the summative assessment, the whole final assessment. So we can go through, in my school, I have initiated one thing, that what Raza sir had said, that it is all about learning together, like child-centered learning. Yes, child-centered assessment is also possible when they come with learning, and when they collaborate with each other. Peer learning is much more helpful. The same peer assessment is also being very helpful for me at my working style. When they go with assessment, they like when they go with, okay, this is the question, they form their own questions, give to the peer, and then they start answering. So when they come up to that answer, they know each other, okay, this is the question and this can be the answer. Different observations, different answers. So we cannot have a particular answer. So for me, it is just a continuous process of improvement. So assessment, according to education, whatever it is written, we should not follow. We can follow that. We are following that, but while implementing, it comes to a little bit in a different sense. We can change the word, like diagnosis, formative, and summative. We can change those words to observation, periodic, then half yearly, and then final. So that is a continuous observation only, and that becomes a final result.
That's wonderful, ma'am. The one line you said, that assessment is a continuous process of improvement. That is the best line of today's session. That we want to improve the child. We don't want to take out the faults out of the child. We want to improve him. So that is what we explain it to the parents also and teachers also. That you're not going to say that, oh, you cannot do anything, you are good for nothing. You have to say, child, you are doing very. Who says you can't do it? You can do
Yes.
it. So the second way is the most important thing, and this is what is needed in the assessment, that the child should improve, and he should be given that that motivation to improve himself, because every child has a equal capability. The only thing is you have to motivate and build the confidence in it. Thank you so much, ma'am, Rashmi ma'am. We'll come up to
Thank you.
Harshpal sir. Harshpal sir, you have heard all the guests. If you want to say anything on that, and we had been saying that when we are using technology, especially at home, there is a lot of problems, a lot of this, that access to the different type of other things are there. A lot of things are there in the internet and technology. How you're taking over there, and also about where the remote areas where there is always a problem of internet connectivity all there. What How do you handle it over there?
Actually, sir, with the education in technology, I think it's not just India or schools in India which are little confused or don't know how to go about it. I'm not talking about good schools. I'm talking about just schools in general. You could say medium-sized schools. It's not just India because I just came back from I came back from G20 meeting with they're doing it in education in Punjab regarding the Punjab, and we were part of it. In sense that I was also on a Zoom call before this, where I was being asked questions by the delegates of G20 as to how can we adopt technology and to which technology should we adopt for schools, and how cost effective it is, what value proposition or value does it add to schools as well as to child's life. There are security concerns. There are so many issues that's not just in with India, but there are certain countries other beyond India that are facing the same problems. So, firstly, I would like to go back a bit with Vijay sir was talking about something that was regarding, and even Raza sir was talking about, and the question was how to get the same results for different types of students. So in that particular case, I don't think so. We can do it. It's very hard to achieve the same results for different type of students, because I happen to have gone through a biography of a very famous player, football player in US, which is known as Michael Oher, and he was very bad at education, but he's very famous football player because apparently his teachers and their guidance came to know that in during the aptitude test that he has no career, educational career during the aptitude test, but his protective instincts, he scored 98 percentile in protective instincts, and that's why he is the best defender in the soccer, which is known as American football. I think the facility, we as a teachers and even we as a parents, and now we have to make sure that we are bringing the best. So all children in a classroom cannot be engineers or doctors, right, or teachers or artists or anything that, but we have to bring the best. So the best can be, they should be photographer and be best at it, they should be a YouTuber and be best at it, they can be a just traveler and be best at it. This is what we should be working on. Number one point is that. Second point is what is the our education system, or in general what is the what are the tools that we are providing when we talk about NEP till 10th is pretty much standard, as I think the way it was going before also. But in class 11th and 12th, I think it changes a bit because it gives the choice to the student to adopt various combinations of subjects. For example, you can have maths with art, for example. So you can have physics and art. You can have physics and what you call physical education, and that kind of thing. So in that particular case, also when we talk about is that are we have to ask ourselves that are we providing the tools of what the child of the future want to become. For example, I have always said that okay, there is some kid who is a very good YouTuber. So what kind of skills are that we are imparting for his journey of becoming a better YouTuber or better influencer, right? So that is second part of it. Now, when we got talk about technology in sense that what is its role and what is its cost, what is its so as you know, the software has always been very inexpensive commodity, and over the years it have become more, in fact, almost free. I would say that Google services are almost for free. So yet they make money out of it, but again, the softwares are very inexpensive product, and I don't think so much of the cost is involved. But as far as when we talk about hardware, whether it is a smart board, whether it is a tablet, whether it is a, maybe a laptop, these days we are getting very good affordable laptops also. So in that particular case, yes, it is little capital intensive, and it's not just capital intensive for the school, it is a capital intensive for us also to provide. So capital intensive things are there, but again, everything comes down to the implementation, how well we are implementing. So I have heard schools saying that we adopted tablets back in 2016 or maybe 2013, but it was a failure for us. We adopted certain type of maybe course. It was a failure. The reason for that is either you did not get a good support, which is very important, for because teachers are not technology savvy. Teachers are teachers first. This is what we as an entrepreneurs have to understand. Their job is to teach, right? Their job is not to be tech savvy. So our job is to provide them with training and hold their hand for learning. There's a learning curve, and we have to make that learning curve as easy, as flat as possible, if I have to put it that way. Second thing is that when we are adopting technology, we are to make sure that the technology that we are adopting is solving something. Like I still remember, sir, when we started off a few episodes before, also there was one of the principals from very esteemed school. She told us that back in 2018, there was a report by one of the very well-known, I'm forgetting the name, that the schools are adopting technologies because they want to use it as a marketing gimmick to get more admissions. But now, after COVID, they are actually seriously looking into how to integrate the technology in a classroom, what impact it makes, what is the output of it. Then everything, when we talk about these things, then everything comes down to the implementation part. How well we are implementing. If the principal says, oh, I have worked, principal is can be a teaching authority also, but at the same time, it is not in her hand. It is not in the hand of the school owner. It is not in the hand of students or parents to successfully implement the technologies. It is in the hands of teachers, because they go into the classroom every day, they teach, they know their students, they know their students' capabilities, they know that everything is the teacher knows. And the teacher needs to be trained, which is something that we are very proud of in our organization, saying that we provide training. And second thing is the implementation, that okay, slowly we have to take it slow, because here in India we just can't say 0 to 10. No, no, that is not. So we have to first be like, we have to take parents along, we have to change their minds, and slowly we have to experiment out, show the results to parents. Then we have to opt for step 2, then 3, then 4 and 5, and it's a gradual process. It is a very organic process in India. We can't just do it
Right.
overnight. So this is there. Baki cost effective, sir. It is very cost effective. I don't think so any school will be saying, oh, it's an expensive, thing or expensive commodity. It is not at all. It saves a lot of money. It saves a lot of time. In fact, it saves, I think, one person's salary also, if you do keep it, put it that way. So yeah, definitely it helps. Technology, if implemented well in correct manner, it helps. It definitely helps.
That that's wonderful, sir. That wonderful. A lot of insight has given us about technology. It is so much helpful. Actually, what is happening is now so many brands are coming up. So many school competition is happening in all the 2 tier, 3 tier cities. That a lot of new innovations have to be done. If you won't be innovative, if you won't show the things differently, you won't be able to survive. Whichever city it is, we are talking about. We are sitting, all of us are sitting from different cities, but everywhere we have competition. It's not like that. I mean, we are it's in a district or a remote area, there we don't have competitions. In fact, the brands have reached over there. So we have to be we have to be very effective,
I
and
think
we have to be, because the parents, students and parents also, they have become very, alert. They ask what facilities are you providing. So
I
that is also important.
still,
Yes, sir, you were saying
yes,
something, Rashwal sir.
yeah, I still feel when it comes to admissions, which was earlier using, I think just to give you input on your what you were saying is that there's a lot of competition out there. Every school wants to stand out. Every parent wants their child to stand out also from the crowd. But the problem is that when we talk about the schools to stand out, whatever you can do with technology, or even if you don't adopt technology, you can take maybe a lot of courses in content. At the end of the day, I think it is the result that plays a bigger role in getting more admissions. If you
Right.
have a result of let's say
Absolutely right.
a particular school which is very good, then the demand is definitely high of that school towards getting an admission. That is, I think, with every city. And the second point I would say is that to stand out from the parents perspective is that we put a lot of pressure on our kids. I would say that we say nahi tune to like abhi doctor parent doctor or engineer wala wo cheez to khatam ho gaya hai. But we still put a lot of pressure on kids that no, you have to follow a certain path to be somewhere, right? So that is like हमने भी किया था तुम भी जरूर करो. I don't think so. These days the world is changing, and it is changing at a very fast pace, and that's why we need to be more. As a parent, I am also a parent, so we have to be more fluid with kids, and we
Right.
have to see that okay, what their interest is, what is their capability. Let them do something out of the box. But only thing, as a parent, I can only say that okay, whatever you choose to do it from the best. Even if you want to become an artist, do from the best institution of India, do it from the best place from India, so that you succeed in life and what you want to do. So that is where the role of a
Right.
teacher and role of a parent and a role of even entrepreneur. हम बोल देते हैं कि हम टेक्नोलॉजी के लोग हैं, but actually we are not fully technology. We have certain social responsibility towards the education community also, that we have to make sure that the kids don't misuse technology and they are being benefited out of it.
Right. Thank you so much, sir. It was really wonderful having knowledge from you about technology, and we will see to it that how we can implement in our school, because we have understood till now that so much of work is being covered up by the school by this technology, with the teaching, with maintaining the offices and the fees and brush checking and everything we get in all in together. And you already told us in previous sessions also this customization also that where that schools can do it according to their what is their need. Thank you so much, sir. We'll come up to the last part of the session, which is there always in Assistant Talk Show, that we have a me time for 5 to 7 minutes at the end of the session. And that me time is that everyone present over here has to sing 2 lines of a song of it may be traditional, it may be it may be of filmy song, any in any language. Aparajita ma'am, we like to have a song afterwards in Bengali, for sure, for sure. But we'll start up with Nahid sir first. Gentlemen first, not ladies first, gentlemen first now,
Mhm.
today.
I want to speak one line only for the show, sir. As a
Sir,
speech of
line to
faith,
you can say, sir, about the show you can say 2 lines, but after that you have to sing, sir.
you sing.
Yes, sir,
To
कोई भी
sing and
गाना
then
अपने
I will
सलमान का.
sing afterwards, sir. Afterwards, I will sing, sir. Please.
Sure, sir. 2 lines you
Sir,
are about to say,
please
sir.
keep singing.
Okay, sir,
I
you can
was
just.
after all.
Okay, sir. Okay, no problem, sir. No problem. Okay, we will say Aprajita ma'am to start first.
It's a very big task. मतलब आपने gentleman से फिर female पर आ गए, ladies
मैम
first.
लेडीज फर्स्ट, ये तो घर और बाहर काम सब पे चलता है, लेडीज फर्स्ट मैम.
चलिए, if you say that Bengali songs, I would definitely sing
गाने
one
लगा.
line. That is from Sri Ravindranath Tagore's poem. যদি তোরি ডাক শুনে কেউ না হবে, তুমি একলা চলো রে, একলা চলো, একলা চলো, একলা চলো, একলা চলো রে, যদি তুমি ডাক শুনে কেউ না হবে, তুমি একলা চলো রে. Thank you so much.
Ma'am, this is my favorite song, and all the Bengali principals were coming over here. Fortunately, they are singing the same song. मुझे भी याद हो गया.
Sir,
आधे
एक
से
चीज
ज्यादा मुझे.
बताओ. I would
जी.
like to say one thing that I am not a Bengali. I am a North Indian only.
Or very good, ma'am. But that was beautifully sung, ma'am. Rashmi,
Thank you
ma'am.
so much.
Rashmi, ma'am, you Odia.
Sorry, sir. If I would have known this, I would have prepared some because I'm not a good singer.
Ma'am, this is a surprise test, ma'am. But the paper is out. The next time when you will be coming, you will be knowing this.
Sir, if you say surely, I will to be start with this one.
So
Sir,
let me think about the
Vijay
name
sir,
of the
Vijay sir,
band
you
or
already had been
the
in the show.
let me
You know that, ma'am.
think about a song.
Sure, ma'am.
I'll
Sure,
sing it. I'll sing
we are
it.
giving you 2 minutes. We are giving you 2 minutes, ma'am.
Okay.
Vijay sir, हो जाए,
Yes, sir. Anytime, sir. No
sir.
problem.
अरे very good.
This song is always be in my mind. Whenever I will go with any player or I will always tell it to the person. Uh, this song really inspired to each and every principal that really we have to this song or the first line should be each and every day whenever I have to wake up. I have to always use this. हम होंगे कामयाब हम होंगे कामयाब हम होंगे कामयाब एक दिन ओ मन में है विश्वास पूरा है विश्वास हम होंगे कामयाब एक दिन थैंक यू सर
सर हम हमेशा कामयाब हुए सर. पैंडेमिक में 2 साल कामयाब हो गए, तो अब तो कुछ भी कर सकते हैं. प्रिंसिपल्स आर
यस
जीनियस.
सर
प्रिंसिपल्स आर जीनियस. वो कहता क्या होगा मैं मेरे आका भी से व्हाट कैन वी डू फॉर यू, सेंटेंस इंग्लिश में कन्वर्ट हो गया है.
यस
व्हाट
सर
कैन
व्हाट
वी
कैन
डू
वी
फॉर
डू
यू.
फॉर यू
तो
वी आर ऑलवेज रेडी वी आर ऑन
अब तो
24
मैनेजमेंट्स और पेरेंट्स सोच लिए कि जब पैंडेमिक में सब कुछ बंद हो गया, एजुकेशन बंद नहीं हुआ, प्रिंसिपल्स अब कुछ भी कर सकते हैं. मतलब इट इज जस्ट लाइक दिस ओनली सर. वेल वेल सर, थैंक यू सो मच. नाहिद सर, आई होप यू आर रेडी सर.
I'm repeating. हम
सर
होंगे कामयाब हम होंगे कामयाब हम होंगे कामयाब एक दिन हो मन में है विश्वास पूरा है विश्वास हम होंगे कामयाब एक दिन. थैंक यू.
वंडरफुल सर, वंडरफुल. लक्ष्मी मैम.
I really don't remember because I don't sing. Still, an Odia song. হৃদয় রয়ে শূন্যতাকু আজি পচারি মুঝে বে মুঝে. Sir, I'm so sorry.
Ma'am, please carry on, ma'am, please.
হৃদয় রয়ে শূন্যতাকু আজি মু পচারি যেবে বুঝে তাহা শুনি পায়ে গো তাহা
वाह वाह.
যে তুমি তুমি তুমি. Thank you.
Such a wonderful voice you have, ma'am. Ma'am, I already told that we are talking to Indian Idol people to start up a season with the educationist. And surely you are going to quarterfinals, ma'am. Such beautiful voice you have. You are not a singer, then this is the position. अगर आप रियाज कर लेंगे पता नहीं क्या हो जाएगा मैम. फाइनल तो ले ही जाएंगी आप. You will take the finals for sure. And you are going to post this video in your Marjapriya group also and in your school group also for sure, ma'am. Ma'am, I'll send it. I know many, almost all the Marjapriya school principals. I'll say them to post up this over in their group also.
Sure, sir.
Sir, हर्षपाल सर,
सर
जो
जरूरी
सोचे
सर
जो
जरूरी
चाहे वो करके दिखा दे, वो
सर जरूरी है
हर्षपाल सर है जो कुछ भी करके दिखा दे.
सर जरूरी है
सर जरूरी है सर. यू आर द शो स्टॉपर सर.
नहीं नहीं
टेक्नोलॉजी,
I'm
वी आर
not
टेक्नोलॉजी माइग्रेंट्स. यू आर टेक्नोलॉजी रेसिडेंट.
sir I'm not that young actually
But
so I just happen
you're
to
not
be
that
in
old also, sir.
technology
Sir,
I just happen to be in
we five are the
technology
सर आपसे हम सब यंग हैं बिकॉज आवर एज इज बिटवीन 3 to 18. हम 18 से ऊपर हमारी जाती नहीं बिकॉज वी इन द सेम एज ग्रुप. वी नेवर ग्रो अबव 18. You are the eldest one over here, for sure. You may be 30, 35, 40,
then,
but we are
then,
below 18.
then you're
Somebody
not.
13, somebody 14, somebody 15, 16. Yeah.
So they say na that you have to be foolish to start a startup these days. So मेरे से बड़ा कोई foolish है नहीं. So it is very, and there is a quote: "Stay hungry, stay foolish." So it is, we are full, and I say it. I can say it with full confidence on behalf of all the startup entrepreneurs that we are foolish community, and we do not take decisions with head. I think we are very passionate about our work. We always take all the decisions by heart. So yeah, so that is there. As far as the singing is concerned, sir, आज रहने देते हैं. आज I'm not feeling.
Sir, that
Actually,
is
मेरे
there,
पास
but
कुछ
where's
है
the
नहीं
song,
बोलने
sir?
को. Actually, I don't have any song to sing, basically.
सर वो इंग्लिश वाला गाना सुना दीजिए जो हमको बिल्कुल नहीं आता है, समझ नहीं आता है, वो सुना दीजिए सर. दैट इंग्लिश सॉन्ग.
सर वो जो इंग्लिश गाना बहुत, वो जो गाना है वो एक फूल है, जिस बेसिकली जो मैंने पहले भी गाया था. दैट इज
एक बारी और.
इट्स कॉल्ड एडलवाइस, विच इज बेसिकली एन ऑस्ट्रिया में ये मिलता है, और वहाँ का बहुत फेमस फोकलोर है, और उनका कुछ एंथम में भी यूज होता है. सो दैट इज एडलवाइस.
सर सुना
उसको,
दीजिए सर प्लीज.
अच्छा,
या
Edelweiss, Edelweiss, every morning you greet me, small and white, clean and bright. You look happy to meet me. Blossom of snow, may you bloom and grow forever. Edelweiss, Edelweiss, bless my homeland forever. And I'll dedicate this song to all the children in this world who are small, and we simply wish them that they grow up and bloom to become better human beings, and they get all the success.
दैट वाज अ ब्यूटीफुल सॉन्ग. क्योंकि इंग्लिश में गाया, अंग्रेजी में गाया को तो अच्छा ही होगा.
नहीं, जरूरी
इंग्लिश
नहीं
में
है
गाया
सर.
आपने सर.
इंग्लिश में गंदे सॉन्ग भी आते
सर
हैं.
वो हमारा हाथ थोड़ा टंग है सर अंग्रेजी गाने में. बट दैट वाज अ वेरी गुड वन सर. वो आपसे सुनते हैं तो हमारी अंग्रेजी स्ट्रांग हो जाती है सर. थैंक यू सो मच. आई होप you had a wonderful session today. Had a wonderful discussion and a good time. And for sure, I will exchange the contact details with each other of you so that you may be in contact with each other. And
Yes.
it was a pleasure having you over here. I hope you had a good time and a good session. Hope to another season, another session very soon. Thank you so much. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Vijay sir. Thank you so much, Rashmi ma'am,
Thank you,
Mahit
sir.
sir, and Aprajita ma'am, and as well as Ashwat sir. Thank you so much. Good
Thank
night.
you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you,
Bye.
sir.
Good night,
Thank you.
all.
Goodbye. Good night.
Bye, ma'am.